Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up an HTTP web server. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. We are going to do this using Windows Server 2016, and for this we have to install a feature on Server Manager named IIS, that stands for Internet Information Services. So the first step is going to start, then click on Server Manager to launch the Server Manager application window. Then we have to click on Add Roles and Features. When I click Next, we have to select the first option right here and then click Next, then Next, and here we have to find the web server IIS. Then we click and check it. It says that it has to install additional features, so we're gonna accept it. Then we click Next. And there are some inside features that we can check, but don't worry, you can do it later if you need them. So for now, we just need as it is now. So we click Next, then Next, and as before, there are more features right here that, depending on your purposes and requirements, you may be needing it, but however, you can go back and check them. Then we click Next, and we're gonna check the box for restart the server if it's needed. So we just click yes and install. So we have to wait some moment. Okay, now it says that the installation succeeded, so we hit and close. So as you can see, we didn't have the need to restart the computer. So now we can go to Tools and we can look for IIS. And here is Internet Information Services Manager. So this is basically a control panel for our web server. So in order to check if it is running right, we can just go to our web browser and go to the path where the web server is located, which is now the local host. And here you have the default IIS default website. Okay, now we're going to install Apache web server on Windows Server 2016, and we have to go to a web browser, and you will go to this link that I will let in the description below. So the thing you have to download is an MSI file. We will download the newest stable version of Apache. I will download this version, then I will hit save file, and once it's downloaded, you have to go to downloads. Then I will right click and install, then run. Then it will start the installation process. I accept the license agreement terms, then I click next, and I have to select a domain name of the network, and this is gonna be this one in my case. So I just let this as it is, and I click next. I will select the type call installation, and I click next, then I click next and install, and installation succeed. So we just click on finish. As you remember, I installed IIS for Microsoft, and they both are using the same port, which is the 80. So in order to use both servers, I need to change the port from they. So what I have to do first is to stop the services. So I will go to Server Manager, Then I go to Tools, and I will go to IIS Manager. And here I go to the server, and as you can see, I've already stopped this service. And to stop the Apache server, I will go to Start. I will type Services, and on here I will right click this, and you will click on Stop. I have done this already. So now what I will change is the port where the IIS web server is. So I will go to the default website, then I go to bindings, and in here it was originally 80, but I changed it to 81. So as we know, Apache is working in the 80 port, and now I can run the Apache server, and the same for IIS server. Okay, so let's run the whole server, and now it is running. So if we go to the web browser and we type the server address, we will type 2 points and then, for example, where Apache is running, which is the 80 port. And if we want to check the IIS server, just type 81, and here you have the both servers running at the same time. Now we're going to install Apache web server on Linux. We have to go to terminal, then we need to install the package from Apache by typing sudo apt get install Apache 2, which is the current Apache version. Have to insert the password, and we type yes. Okay, once installed, we can go to the web browser, and to check if this is working, we will go to localhost, and there you have the default Apache website. And then the other way we can check this site is by typing 127.0.0.1, and there you go to the same website. The other way you can get in here is by knowing your IP address, because this website is hosted in this computer. This is the server. So when you make an ifconfig, you get your IP address, which by now is this one. I'm gonna copy it, and then I'm gonna paste it here. Then let's try it, and it's the same thing. So you have these three ways to get into your website. So now we are gonna edit this website, so you know where it is located. So let's first clear the screen. Now we can go to the Apache directory and see where the file is located. For this we will type cd var www and html. And here we will type an ls to see what is inside, and we see that there is the index file that we saw when we type localhost in the web browser, and we can edit this file by typing sudo nano index.html. So this is the HTML file that we were looking on the web browser, and we can make it totally different, or we can just like change some of the things on here to know that this is the actual file that we saw in the browser. I'm gonna type Neto's homepage. In here, to save this file, let's type Ctrl O, enter, and then Ctrl X to leave the file. We can now stop the service and start it again. To restart the server by typing sudo etc init d apache 2 stop and then start. Okay, now let's try to see if there is a difference. So this is the original file, and I changed something on here. So let's reload the page, and there you have it. Let's now add my line. So you can do whatever you want on here. Well, at this point, we'll just show you how to set up the default localhost website. But let's say we want to host a new website onto your web server. So the first thing you have to do is add a host to a new zone in the DNS configuration. We have to go to Start, Server Manager. Let's go to Tools and DNS. In here, we want to create a new forward lookup zone by right clicking here and clicking on New Zone. Then next, then we are gonna type the name of the zone. Yeah, I mean the name of the website. So my website is gonna be neto.com. I click next, then I click next and finish. Now, if I want to create a reverse lookup zone based on my address from this forward lookup zone, all I have to do is enter this here. Then I will add a new host. It will start with www, so it finishes the whole address. And in here I will type the server address, which is 192.168.1.1, and then I will click on add host. So it was successfully created, and so if I go to like reverse lookup zones, I created a new pointer for the forward lookup zone. So I will restart my server, my DNS server, and while this is restarting, I will go to Server Manager again. I will go to Tools and to IIS Manager. Before I create or I add a new website, I need a new website. So I will go to the directory where IIS web server files are located. So it's C inetpub www, and this is the default web page, but I want to create a new one. So first I want to create a new folder called neto, and inside I create a new file. So I will open up Notepad. This is like the most basic way to make a website. I will type the HTML basic tags. Okay. I will add a title, and I will add a paragraph. Okay, so let's save this new file as an HTML file, and I will call it an index.html. So I will save it, and there you have it. So now we will go to our server, then sites, and we will add a new website. There I have to type my website name, and I will add the physical path, which is a directory where we were in a moment before. Okay, and then I have to select the type of binding and the address where my server is located. Then I will be using the port number 81 because I am using the port 80 with Apache. So I will type the hostname, which is neto.com. This is the way I will be entering my website, and I click OK. Well, this is started by itself. Okay, so if we now go to our web browser and we type the address with the port number, there you have it. We have now our website running fine. We've installed HTTP web server, but this time we're gonna be using the HTTPS protocol. For this, we have to add a certificate to IIS manager. So let's go to server manager, then go to tools and go for Internet Information Services Manager. On here we have to go to the server and let's find server certificates. Double click it and we will add a self-signed certificate. So let's go here and we have to type a name for this certificate. So I will just call it self-signed certificate. And I will hit OK, and we can go to our sites. By now I have no sites, so I will be using the default site from the local host, and I will be making it by using the HTTPS protocol. So I will add a website. I will call it default website, and the path will be the same where the IIS installed the server files. Then we will use the HTTPS protocol, which wasn't enabled until we create the self-signed certificate. Then I will choose another port, because remember that I have my Apache server on port 80, so I just want to have them one next the other. So I will just select the self-signed certificate and just hit OK. I will restart the service, and if we go to the web browser and we look for localhost, it is not finding localhost because it is not anymore using HTTP protocol. So if we add HTTPS and of course the port 81. Then it it got the website security certificate, but it has a problem because it is a self-signed certificate. So my web browser isn't gonna trust this website. But I don't care. I will continue, and that's it. It is running on HTTPS protocol, and that's it. Okay, now we're gonna install an HTTPS web server with Apache on Linux. So we go to applications, in this case for Ubuntu Mate 1604 LTS. We go to applications, system tools, and Mate terminal. Well, it's supposed we have already installed Apache web server feature. So in this case, we just need to install the feature that allows Apache to get secure certificates for web server. So the first thing we have to do is to enable it by typing sudo a2 nmode ssl. It's requiring my user password. Now we are gonna create the default localhost website for an HTTPS web server by typing sudo a2 site default ssl. Okay, it's enabled now, and now we have to restart the web server by getting into the direction where it's stored and saying it to restore. Okay. Okay, there you have it. Now if we go to our web browser, if we type https slash localhost, there you have it. It's now on a secure HTTP protocol, so we can start doing more things like websites and host them in a secure protocol.